Hello, and welcome to another episode of my solo survival world. In this episode, we're going to be jumping onto the second map up in the corner here, where we found an outpost when we were off looking for the lush caves. We're gonna head back over there and build a raid farm. It's a really simple design that I've come up with. It's effective enough for what we need. I'll have a list of all the building materials down in the description. We will jump in our boat and head over there. So once you're here, one of the first things you have to do is find the spawn location of the captain. So there's going to be one of them outside, probably somewhere around here. But the one we're looking for is the one inside the building here. Which it's usually located 2 blocks away from the stairs, so 1, 2. It's usually here. But sometimes it could be any of these 4, just to figure out which one. We're gonna put some glass around there. Ooh, stuff. And some glass around that one. And we'll go out a number of blocks and see if it spawns. So they spawned in this one. So that'll be the block that so they spawned in this one, which will be the block that we're gonna spawn proof. And we'll go all the way down with that. And these guys can spawn on glass, so you need some leaves. We'll just throw that there. So that'll keep them from spawning on these other floors. They'll only spawn up here. So from here, we're going to want to go up about 115. So the death pit will be here. And 128 is the spawn. Maybe we'll go 124. So it's what, 1, 2, 3, 4 from here. Then we'll get some leaves and string to put up there. These leaves are specifically so that the pillagers cannot spawn. And then once we're done that, we coat them all in string so that the snow doesn't pile up, because they can spawn on a full snow block. So I just went down 9 from the top. This is going to be where our AFK platform is. So it'll keep us nice and safe. And then from here, we'll go back up the 9 to where actual platform's going to be. Go 2 out, and then another 2. So this is the wall, and then 1, 2, 3, 4 is going to be the spawning platform. For the moment, we'll put those there and get a trident killer in. Before we place the last observer, I'm going to put a lever here and power this one, and that'll keep everything from going off. Then we'll place that can unpower this to make sure everything works. Then power it back up. So you're placing 2 upside down stairs here so that you can get your tridents and throw them through there. We'll show that once we get it set up. But you're going to build this 2 thick wall up 4. So that's 2, 3, 4. Once you're done this part, you'll go up 3. So 1, 2, 3. And then place a crimson or warped gate. Then on top of that, you'll toss down a lava bucket. And then you're going to go up another 4. And you're doing this because the Ravagers will find a way to magically float up this column, and the lava will just kill them. And then you go up a few extra just to be safe, because you don't want the Ravagers to escape. Once you have that all done up, 8 layers high, you will put a layer of leaves down, and because we're in the Arctic, we will place some string so the snow doesn't build up. And also, if you find these leaves get broken by a Ravager, just build this up another 1 or 2 until you find that they're no longer breaking the leaves. For the part that will be the most fun, so we have to try to get a villager all the way up here. So once you get your villager in here, hello, you're going to want to put some leaves over it. Make sure the leaves are just 1 above the bed. The villager doesn't need to sleep, but the pillagers can spawn on the bed. We do not want that to happen. Okay, so once that's done, you're going to build a little platform down here. This is where the item collection is going to be. We'll start by digging out these 3. And you're going to put a stair here and a stair there. And that's going to be for the experience. So when you come up here, the experience will come to you. Then we're going to put 2 solid blocks like this. From there, you're going to put 2 temporary blocks with hoppers going in like this over these 3. Actually, that block can be a permanent block. And then you'll place another block there. Then you're going to put a rail, a hopper minecart on it, on each of these. Like that. And then I like to just fully envelop them. Then from here, we will just put our storage in. We'll remove the platform and continue down in a second. But then here, we will be adding the automatic killer for raid captains. So you're going to put an observer looking at that piston with a sticky piston, and then a lever on that one, and then a wall. You'll see why in a second. So we're going to remove this platform, then we'll get the storage in, and then this wall portion. Right, so these walls will come all the way from the bottom up to the top. so that when this thing, oops, forgot I'm crouching, when that extends, the walls should combine. And then when it de-extends, the wall goes back to normal. So when the trident killer is on, this will send a pulse all the way down. You'll see what that does when we get down there. So we'll turn that off for now. I also extended this, so from the AFK platform, we can reach our chests. Which eventually this will go to a sorting system. So once you kill the people that are in this little chamber, we're going to open this up. Now because the spawn position's a little iffy, I don't like when it's on this one, we're going to just have it cover both. So 2 other bits of prep is you're going to want to raise your scaffolding up with a solid block, because you'll have a tripwire on there. And then you want a 2 gap, and then another tripwire, and this will just come right across. 2 back from your spawn position, you'll have, so then you'll place 2 solid blocks to hold up the sticky pistons, then a terracotta there, and a terracotta there, as well as here and here. Then you'll place, you can put terracotta down underneath if you want. 2 slime balls, then take some leaves. Your leaves will go on that one, and that's so that the walls don't connect, because if you use this or any other solid block, a wall will connect. Then you're going to get some solid blocks just around there like that. And then the baddies will hit the tripwire and get bounced down into the kill chamber. From one of these 2 tripwire sides, you'll just power into that. So once you're down here, you put 2 chests just on the ground with 2 hoppers going into the chest. We'll take a piston, put one on that side, one on this side, and an observer facing into the center of your 3-wall pillar. A temporary block to place this one, and then you can go across like this. So then you'll have redstone from there come across into that piston there. I like to fully encase, so that's why I dropped this down, so that I could put some glass here, and then this side we'll just put some stone. Now we just need to get the tridents to go down in here, but I'll head up and turn this thing on and you can see it working. Right, then once you're up here, you can chuck in your couple tridents. So just before we turn this on, a few minor upgrades we have to make is taking out this spot that we throw the tridents through. And we've got to close that off. And then, because of some vigorous testing I did, we have to build a 3rd layer around this all the way up to the top, because the ravagers were escaping. And then you also have to put a leaf on this chest like that. So the only thing left for us to do is to get up here and turn this thing on. We'll see how it goes. So now we just go to our AFK spot and see what happens. There comes the first raid. Got another captain down there. So you can see that this is fully AFKable. I sat here for about an hour testing it, and the only thing that was strange was a Ravager spawned on the first floor down there. Not the basement, like the floor that we have our kill chamber on. So I just covered it with leaves. You can remove it. You can remove the whole tower if you want. It's not necessary. As long as you have a platform that your pillager and your raid captain can spawn. It's the only thing necessary. But yeah, it's still going strong. Good amount of loot so far. Which we're mostly going for the emeralds. And maybe totems, but I don't care too much about dying or not dying. So a lot of this stuff will just get trashed. But I'll sit here for a while. And then you can see how it goes from one raid to the next. Alright, so there's victory. And unfortunately we killed the raid captain just before victory. So we'll give this a second and we'll get another captain. And then everything should restart after a moment or two. So there we go, the raid is restarting now. And if you test this out and something breaks, throw something in the comments and I'll try to figure it out. No, from my testing, I went over an hour before it broke and I'm pretty sure I fixed the problem. So yeah, just if something happens in your world, let me know. But yeah, that's my fully AFKable raid farm. So I hope you enjoyed it, learned something from this episode, and we'll see you in the next episode, probably back at our village. So thanks for watching, and we'll see you later. Goodbye.